Hi guys, it's Caitlin. Today's video is going to be the book hunting tag. Now I was not tagged in this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think Christine over at Poland Banana Books is the original creator of this tag. I think she combined a couple of different tags to make this one. I'm not going to answer all the questions because there are some in here that I do not have answers for, so I'm just going to skip those. But I think I have maybe 10 questions here, so we're just gonna do those. If you see me looking down a lot, it's because I'm reading my list that I wrote out so that I won't forget my questions. So we're just gonna get right on into it. The first one is find a book for each of your initials. My initials are pretty hard to find on book titles. I think I found one book for my first name, and that is K. And I chose The Kiss of Deception if you ignore the word the kiss. That's the only book that I have found that I could do that with. So that's for Caitlin. And I did manage to find 2 books for my middle and last name. Middle name, Michelle, Miss Mayhem. And my last name starts with an M as well. This is My Life Next Door. The next one is count out your age on your bookshelf and what is that book. So I'm 22, so I will count from here this way and then down. So I got 22nd book as Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. This book is very pretty and I am so ready to read this. Next is set a book that is set in your city, state, or country. Now, I'm from a very small town in Iowa. I have never read a book that is set in Iowa, so I'm just going to go with the country part. And I just recently read a book that is set in the U.S. I mean, there's a lot of books set in the U.S., but there's this one, and I loved this one. And that is Geekerella by Ashley Poston. This book takes place in Charleston, and it takes place in Atlanta as well, I believe. Next is pick a book that is your favorite color. Now, my favorite color is purple. Got a section of purple books over here, so I'm gonna go with The Bone Witch by Rin Chapeko. I think that's how I pronounce it. I don't know. But this book is so pretty. I haven't read this one yet. If you have read it, let me know what you thought of it. Pick a book that you have had the hardest time reading. I started this book, The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. I read like that much and I had to put it down. It took me like almost 3 weeks to get this far in a book, and I just not a big fan of it. I loved the first one in the series. I just don't know why I cannot get into this one. I'll probably pick this one up again at some point, but so far I couldn't get into it, and I was forcing myself to read it. Next is pick a book with water on it, and I know the exact one I know for sure has water on it. That is Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. Got water, see, life preserver in the water. I haven't read this one yet, but I don't know if I'm going to like it. It is a historical fiction. I'm not a big fan of historical fictions, but I've heard a lot of really good things about this book, so hopefully, cross my fingers, it's good. Next, find a book that has blue on it. Now, I don't know if it's find a blue book or just a book with blue on it, but I'm going to go to my blue section. I'm going to go with this one, The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. See, prettiest like baby blue color. I have not read this one yet either. I've heard some decent things about it. I read her other books and they were good, so I just figured I'd read this one as well. Next is find a book with fire on it. Now, I know for a fact I have a book that has fire on it. See this right there? Fire. This is Fairest by Marissa Meyer. I read this book. I've read all the books by Marissa Meyer except for Stars Above, which I still need to get to. I don't know why I haven't read it yet, but this one was so good. I really loved this one. I loved her entire series, which is the Luna Chronicles. Highly, highly, highly recommend this series. Next is find a book with red on it. Red. This is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This one just came out. I haven't read this one yet. I hope to be reading this one very soon. Next is find a book that has green on it. I'm gonna go with The Reader by Tracy Chee. This is another one I have not read, because most of the books I haven't read because I buy tons of books. But this one sounds really good. I think it's set in a world where books are illegal and you are not allowed to read at all, which is a shame because reading's the best. And the last one is find a book that has red, blue, green, and white on it. Now this one is going to be a little more difficult. I'm going to go with 10,000 Skies Above You. There's the blue, there's the red, and the green, and the white. I haven't read this series yet either. These covers are absolutely beautiful. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I know some people say this is their favorite series of all time. I'm hoping I get to it really soon. I don't know when I'll get to it, but hopefully very, very soon. So that was my book hunting tag. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!